GettyMark Price has urged Theresa May to act quickly to secure a free trade deal with EUMark Price, the former managing director of supermarket giant Waitrose and a former Conservative Minister of State for Trade and Investment, argues that the Prime Minister must not give concessions and cave into the EU's demands on trade. He wrote in the Telegraph, "The best economic outcome lies in the UK having a comprehensive free trade agreement with the EU. Recent EU deals are virtually tariff-free, and so should a UK deal be. We do currently, and will from the near future, comply fully with EU regulation, making a deal simpler than it has been for others, and as a consequence, free movement of goods becomes more straightforward too. It won't be as frictionless as the current arrangements. There'd have to be trade-offs. We currently import and export goods satisfactorily outside the EU, and we can use trusted trade arrangements and new technology to mitigate possible impacts. The EU also has a vested interest in finding a smooth process for goods movement." Mr. Price, who voted to remain in the 2016 Brexit referendum, said that the UK can only have a bright future if it is not a member of the single market. He said that the EU has repeatedly said that in order to have free movement of goods and services, the UK must accept freedom of movement of people and the jurisdiction of the European Court of Justice. But, he says that the British people have cast their vote to leave the European Union, and this is simply not what they want. Getty Amber Rudd said on Sunday that Britain will press for a bespoke deal with the European Union instead. He writes, "This is not consistent with a vote to leave the EU. The previous Chancellor, the Bank of England and big business all warned of the economic consequences of such a move. The majority of voters were not swayed from another course. Now some are suggesting that being a continued member of the EU customs union is the best way forward. It is not. However, Amber Rudd said on Sunday that Britain will press for a bespoke deal with the European Union to ensure both frictionless trade and the ability for the country to negotiate trade deals with other countries." EU negotiator Michel Barnier is due to meet British Brexit Secretary David Davis in London on Monday. Ms. Rudd told the Andrew Marr Show, "We want to have a bespoke agreement. Now we're not going to surrender before we have that battle." Theresa May has come under mounting pressure to carve out a deal for the UK that satisfies all sides in the Conservative Party's civil war over Brexit, as a new round of talks between Britain and the European Union is set to begin. EU negotiator Michel Barnier is due to meet British Brexit Secretary David Davis in London on Monday ahead of a new round of talks this week. The two sides have just months to negotiate future relations before Britain leaves in March 2019.